Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Searching for Sports Cards. Today I was able to pick up, I think, five more of these 1986 Topps rack packs. So we'll go ahead and give these a rip. I do have the scissors here handy in case I need to cheat. I know on the last ones, the All-Star card was really stuck to the plastic. We lost a bunch of paper on those, but yeah, this first pack's going to give me a hard time, it seems like, but bear with me, we'll get through this. Alright, that All-Star, yep, got a bunch of paper loss on that one. It's Lamar Hoyt, so I'll show you that one in just a second here. The main card I'd be looking for out of this, obviously for myself, is going to be the Nolan Ryan for the PC. I may, even after this pack, the way this one's opening, I may pause this video a few times and open these while I'm not filming, just to save a little bit of time, because they are not being very cooperative. But anyways, here we go. First pack. We've got Tom Paciorek, Bob Jones with the Sweet Shades, Rick Miller, Tim Lawler, George Hendrick, Vern Rule, let's keep going this way, George Foster, Teddy Higuera. Might actually be a Teddy rookie card. Do a little more research on that one. I got a buddy of mine that might appreciate that card if it is a rookie. Doug Sisk, Scott Garrelts, Bill Campbell, Al Oliver, Bob Welch, Tom Hume, Kelvin Chapman, Tim Tolman, Steve Yeager, Mike Davis, Gene Garber, Toronto Blue Jays leaders, and followed by the Detroit Tigers leaders, Mike Fitzgerald, checklist, Jerry Mumphrey, Dan Pasqua, Mike Jurgensen, Rudy Law. Turn back the clock here. Willie Mays. Fun little card. Keep that one off to the side. Probably keep that one. Brian Schneider. Don Oss. Louis Leal. Willie Upshaw. All right, here's that Lamar Hoyt. I'll show you. See if I can get the camera to pick that up. But the plastic is just sticking to the high gloss finish on these. You can see it took a bunch of color off with it there. No big deal. Not too worried about the Lamar Hoyt. Dave Parker, Tim Tuffle, Mike Pagliarulo, Julio Cruz, Mickey Tettleton, Tony Perez, Rich Thompson, Jesse Barfield. Again, this set's pretty void of significant rookies. I'm really looking for the Nolan Ryan card. A lot of the main rookies came in the 86 traded set. Tim Flannery, Bob Kearney, Chet Lemon, Lynn Jones, Frank Viola, Dickie Thon, Vance Law, Johnny Ray, and Mike Fishland. And we'll finish up this rack pack with Jason Thompson. All right, pack number 2 coming up here. See if we can get a little better rip on this one than the last. No guarantees. We're just going to lose that All-Star card again. That's just all there is to it. There's no way around it. Can't help it. We'll just move forward under the assumption that there is absolutely no saving the All-Star card out of these packs. There's no, you know, you can see it on all the cards. There's not any one All-Star that I'm just super worried about saving, but it would have been nice to save them. All right, we got Kurt Kepshire, Bob Gritch, back and forth, Greg Gerber, Joe Desai, Brian Little, Jim Slayton, yeah, Cecil Cooper, that's a cool card. Big fan of Cooper when I was a kid. Earl Weaver, John Tudor, NL All-Star, Tom Foley, Frank Wills, Jack Perconti, Mike Flanagan, Mariano Duncan, Urbano Lugo, excuse me, Al Nipper, Gene Nelson, Alex Trevino, Mike Stenhouse, Ken Howell, Greg Minton, Tim Hewlett, Roger McDowell, Dan Petrie, Jeff Leonard, Randy Hunt, Roy Smith, Dave Stieb, Kirk Gibson. Got some printing issues going on up there in the Tigers banner. You can see it's just missing a bunch of color. Wayne Krenchicki, Dusty Baker minus the toothpick, Checklist. Here's that Morris card. You can see all the paper loss it took when I took the plastic off of it. Gary Pettis, Lee Mazzilli, Mr. Mariner, Alvin Davis, Steve Carlton, got a little ding in the side of it. Tom Lasorda, more printing errors. That's the tough thing about this set is condition is really, really tough. Shane Raleigh, local legend for us. Ken Oberkfell. Oh, there's a Kirby Puckett. Little off center. Zoom in on that Twins banner there. There's some print issues going on there too, but cool card nonetheless. Rance Mullikins. Scott Sanderson. Keith Hernandez. The other Bob Gibson. Lonnie Smith. Hubie Brooks. John Felsk. Lamar Hoyt. And Jay Johnstone. All right, 3 packs to go, guys. More paper loss on the All-Star. That's just going to be the way it goes, I guess. And that bottom 3 is giving me fits too on this pack. All right. Aurelio Lopez. Oh, there's a cool George Brett All-Star. Got some centering issues, but still a fun card. Hall of Famer. John Reynolds. Steve Jets. Bo Diaz. Brent Gaff. Billy Martin. All kinds of printing blemishes on that one. Chuck Cottier. Dan Quisenberry. Arguably the most famous mustache in baseball. Besides Raleigh Fingers, I suppose. Second most famous. We can't take that title from Raleigh Fingers, can we? Mike Easler. Chuck Porter. Checklist. George Fraser. Got a Dale Murphy All-Star. Harold Reynolds, young Harold Reynolds. Bruce Barany? I don't know. Probably butchered that one, but that's, you know, that's what we do here. Tim Wallach. Got the Eck. One's pretty clean. First glance. Centering's decent on it, too. Charlie Lee. Juan Augusto. Luis Agallo. Jerry Kuzman. Jay Howell. Jim Dwyer. Get these cards up in the camera a little bit better for you guys. Bob Dernier. Mike Madden. Thad Bosley. Donnie Hill. Jim Gott. Lee Tunnell. Domingo Ramos. Mike Young. Get the Dick Williams manager card. All that paper loss in there. Terry Harper. Another Dan Quisenberry. Jody Davis. Definitely put that aside to my buddy James will like that card. Alan Ashby. Frank White. Rod Carew. Get a little printing issue there. A little bit of issue going on up in the Angels banner. Pretty typical of this set, though, but still a cool card of a Hall of Famer. Gary Lavelle. Tom Nieto. Bert Houton. Ken Daly. Dave Henderson. Lee Smith. What a bullpen. I mean, you really look back at that. Get Eckersley and Lee Smith in the pen at the same time. I wonder if Eckersley was still a starter. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, 85, he was still a starter. He was not a closer yet. Bob McClure. Kent Herbeck. Steve Bedrosian. Rick Cerrone. Gary Maddox. And Larry Sorensen. All right, 2 packs to go. Two packs to go. No super big hits yet, but still some fun cards in here. This is right about the beginning of when 85 Topps Football was the first cards I really ever started opening. This is when I really started baseball. Then 87 was full swing, so these are tough to open. It's just not cooperating. End up running a little longer than normal, so I apologize for that, you guys. You know, I like to keep you guys around that 15-minute mark whenever possible. Still hoping there's a Nolan Ryan card in here somewhere. Even if it's not a super minty Nolan Ryan, I'd still love to have it for my PC. Rupert Jones. Bill Swift. Rick Langford. John Shelby. 85 record breaker of Vince Coleman. Ken Griffey Sr. Joel Skinner. Steve McCaddy. Ernie Camacho. 85 record breaker Dwight Gooden. Cool card. R.J. Reynolds. Mike Gallego. Al Holland. Darnell Coles. Daryl Sconiers. Ron Washington. Craig Nettles. Joel Youngblood. Larry McWilliams. Greg McMurdy. Randy O'Neal. Ramon Romero. Joel Hesketh. I'm trying to speed this up a little bit for you guys, get us back a little bit on schedule. Don't want to keep everybody too long today. Jim Pankovitz. Milt Thompson. Charles Hudson, Jackie Gutierrez, Chris Coderoli, Bruce Kaizen, Dickie Knowles, Junior Ortiz, Steve Garvey, bunch of paper loss up there on the left side of the card. Reggie Jackson. A little rough up there on the edge of the black, but a little printing blemish right down there above my finger. Still a cool card nonetheless. Don Carmen, Carlton Fisk with some printing issues, Andre Thornton, Don Baylor, Mike Boddicker, Dave Bergman, Eddie Whitson, Brad Kaminsk, Al Collins, old knuckleballer Charlie Huff, Bob Forsch, Bob Boone, Tim Stoddard, Ed Nunez, and we'll wrap this pack up with Marvel Wynn. All right, last pack. Again, I know I'm a little longer than I normally like to be, so appreciate you guys sticking with me. Hopefully we can get some last pack magic here and land a Nolan Ryan out of this one. If we can get the cards free from the packaging. Get the scissors going here, guys. Maybe I should have stuck to my original idea, opening these off camera. Now it's a Strawberry All-Star that we're going to lose to the packaging, unfortunately. Alright, let me get this third and final section opened up. We'll get through these and we'll get you guys out of here. Thanks again for hanging out a little extra today. Johnny LeMaster, Ed Wojna, Scott McGregor, Tony Phillips, old Cecil Fielder. I think that might actually be his rookie card. Do a little homework on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's a Cecil Fielder rookie there. Kirk McCaskill, Kurt Young, Tim Burke, Denny Gonzalez, Alan Nickley, Steve Mura, Mike Jeffcoat, Hall of Famer George Brett. First glance, that card's actually pretty clean. Roy Thomas, Bill Buckner, Dave Sachs, Yankees leaders, Ricky Henderson led in runs, Mattingly in hits, of course, doubles Mattingly, triples Winfield, home runs Mattingly, RBI Mattingly, stolen bases Ricky Henderson, Dave Righetti led their team games as a pitcher, Guidry in innings, Guidry won 22 that year for them. Pretty cool card. Chuck Tanner, Joe Orsulak, Brian Harper, Frank Euphemia, Expos leaders, bunch of Tim Raines, Audrey Dawson, and Tim Raines. No surprise there. Mets leaders, Jeff Barkley, Jackie Moore, Mariners leaders, Astros leaders, Damaso Garcia, Paul Zuvella, John Russell, Carl Best, Dodgers leaders. Here's the Strawberry. You can see all the paper loss throughout the middle of that card. Weren't able to save a single one of those. Tom Herr, Mark Bailey. Yeah, I got the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer, Tommy Dunbar, Dane Yorg, Dave Anderson, Tim Laudner, Juan Samuel, Sixto Lezcano, Dave LaPointe. Oh, there we go. We got the top two mustaches in baseball. Raleigh Fingers, and Dan Quisenberry. Mark Gubiza, John Tudor, Alan Bannister, Terry Pendleton, Ozzie Virgil, Bobby Castillo, and we'll finish up with Nick Kasaski. All right, about 5 minutes over there. Appreciate you guys sticking around. We'll catch you on the next one. Keep on ripping.